Next time you pray, I want you to try something that has the potential to completely transform your prayer life and your spiritual life. And this is going to help so many people in taking away the struggle and the confusion with prayer. The confusion about what to pray for and how to pray, and the struggle with the motivation to pray, and in trusting that God hears your prayers because maybe you're feeling unrighteous. So the next time you pray, I want you to try one thing. Just for one time, give yourself permission to put away any thought of anything else, any things you think you should be praying for, any people you think you should be praying for. You can do that at other times. Just this one particular time, I want you to focus on the one thing that I'm going to tell you about in this video. And then you can incorporate this into your prayers going forward, and I believe it will make an enormous difference. Before I get to this thing, I want to read out 3 Bible verses and see if you can pick the common theme. So the first one is Romans 5:8. But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. The second one is Hebrews 12:2. Looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. And the third and final verse here is in Colossians 2:14. It says, by cancelling the record of debt that stood against us with its legal demands, this he set aside, nailing it to the cross. So what is the common theme in these 3 verses? It is the cross of Christ. And there are many more verses I could have listed. Why is it so important to focus on the cross of Christ? Well, the Bible gives us the answer. It tells us in Romans 12, verse 1, it says here, I appeal to you therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. So Romans has talked all about how Christ has saved us by grace through faith, although we don't deserve it. And then Romans 12:1 is saying, in light of that fact, now present your bodies as a living sacrifice. Let that be the thing that motivates you and compels you, that melts your heart, that completely transforms your perspective to want to live for Christ. And this is what happens the more and more you focus on the cross of Christ. You begin to know him more, you begin to know the depths of his love more, and you begin to know your identity in him, your righteousness because of what he has done for you. And you're no longer stressing and straining and striving. You're no longer trying to live right in order to be made right, but rather because you've been made right, you're living right. You're living out of that place. And what you're doing when you are praying in this way is you're spending time with God. You're getting to know God more. And this is the heart of prayer. And from this, everything else flows. I know that many people might be thinking, but I feel so unworthy. How can I come before God? How can he hear me? I haven't lived the life that I feel that I should have lived. Well, as it says in Romans 5:8, but God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Jesus knew every single sin that you've committed, every single sin that you will ever commit before he went to the cross, and he still chose to go to the cross anyway. That is the depths of the love that he has for you, because it's not about your unfaithfulness, but it's about his faithfulness. So what I want to encourage you to do the next time you pray, just set aside everything else, give yourself permission, and just sit there, maybe pull out some verses like these ones and some others, focus on the cross of Christ and say to God, give me a greater revelation of the cross, give me a greater revelation of you, give me a greater revelation of your love for me, and give me a greater revelation of my identity in you. And let this transform me. Let this help me to see things in a completely new way so that I'm going to live from a completely different place. I pray that this message has blessed you. Would love to get your thoughts. Leave your comments below and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you, friends.